Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're celebrating Christmas in July, and we're going to cool off with some fun projects that you can make with your family and friends. And these are all easy beginner projects that you don't need to spend a lot of money to pull the supplies together for. This video is sponsored by Ohuhu. They have a brand new set of 90 acrylic markers. These are dual tip markers. They come in a beautiful carry bag that you can reuse long after your markers are used up. You can see the gorgeous arrangement of colors here. They have a non-toxic, odorless ink that is waterproof and sunproof. And look at these gorgeous colors. These are the actual swatches. It comes with a blank swatch chart for you to fill out so you'll know exactly what you're going to get. And they are so opaque on black. So that really makes it possible for you to paint on anything, whether you want to decorate your favorite pair of sneakers or a skateboard or some of the projects we're going to do today. This kit comes with replacement nibs, so if down the road your marker dries out, you can take the old nib out, pop a new one in, give it a shake, and you are good to go. And here you can see the 3mm tip and the 1mm tip on the other end, but you can get a variety of line weights between the two. So without further ado, let's do some projects with these markers. We're going to start with some wood slice crafts because I know a lot of people have these wood slice ornaments around and it's nice to use stuff up. So these markers can be used on both primed and unprimed wood. So here I have a ornament that was left over from last year that I primed white with acrylic paint, and you could prime it with the markers or paint if you want to save your markers a bit. And I'm just sketching on with the fine tip of one of these brown Ohuhu markers. Now the thing I really love about these markers is that I'm kind of figuring out what I want to sketch here, and I'm going to change my mind a little bit, and they are so versatile and so easy to change your mind. So first I thought I was going to go with a more realistic deer, then I decided I wanted to make it more of a cutesy reindeer, but it's no problem because these markers will cover each other so well because they're so opaque. So I love that about these, and it makes it fun to craft with kids because if you make something you don't really like, you can paint right over it and start again, and it's so versatile. I'm using the thicker nibs of the markers to fill in the spaces that I sketched, and I basically turned this into a really cute, simple shape reindeer. All you need is an upside down teardrop for the face, and then put your eyes, cheeks, nose, ears on, and it's a really easy thing to sketch. If you change your mind or you want to blend, just go in while that paint is wet and you can blend two colors together like I did with my browns and I did with the cheek color, just to kind of give her a subtle blush without it being too cartoony. But still, I wanted to go for a really cute little look here. So in this layer, I'm just filling in all my basic shapes, and then I need to let it dry completely before I go on to do any detailing. And while that's drying, I'm going to work on my next ornament. I call this ornament Rustic Glam. I'm starting just by making some wiggly lines around with a fine brown marker. It's tough to see with the reflection there. And now I'm using a metallic green to draw a bunch of little leaves around the first lines that I made. Now I can go in later with darker lines, so don't worry if your lines don't show up too much. I sometimes think that's a little bit better. You can see how shiny these are. And this set actually comes with 30 metallic markers. So you're going to have markers for any project that you can think up of in this 90 color kit. There are smaller kits too, though. If you don't want to invest in so many markers at once, you can do a smaller pack as well. I thought that looked so cute. I just dotted on the berries, and that's really all you need to do for this. Now for the next thing, I'm also going to do something on an unprimed wood slice. This one's just a slice with no hole drilled, and I thought it would be a great base for a tic-tac-toe game. So I'm working right on the raw wood. You can see how well these markers cover. I'm just filling it in. So I drew the tic-tac-toe, and then I'm filling in with the pink marker, and I'm doing kind of like a retro color vibe with this. Now you could also color it all in pink, let that dry, and then go over it with the tic-tac-toe lines. That's totally fine too. Just like with any sort of crafting, there's so many ways to do it and to make it your way. So don't be intimidated. Just get your supplies out and play, because that's really the important part. So now I'm going back to that first ornament. It's had a chance to dry, and I'm using the fine end of the black marker to put a nose, eye, and some little eyelashes in. Now, I don't know if 3 eyelashes were a good idea. Maybe 1 would have been a better idea. So when in doubt, just do 1 little swoop of an eyelash, and I think that will look really cute as well. And I'm outlining the shapes just to give this a little bit of definition and really give it that kind of cute, almost woodland cartoony look. I think it's super sweet. And the thing I love about these ornaments is that you can write to and from on the back of the ornament and tie it to a present, and then somebody can hang it on their tree the next year. So it's like a gift tag that can also be an ornament. And I think those are really fun. And freckles make everything cuter. I'm going in with a darker brown marker, adding a few little glimpses of the branch on this holly wreath here. And then I'm just going to take a fine tip black marker and write to and from on the front of this, because a wreath is perfect for framing a to and from, and it's going to look so cute, especially if you like to wrap your presents with like craft paper and rustic twine. And I thought, oh, you know what? I think this deer could use a bow. So a lot of times I'll be working on a bunch of different projects at once, and I just kind of jump around while I'm waiting for things to dry. And that's a great way to get a lot of Christmas crafting done at once. Now, make sure you take advantage of the fine tips on these markers when you need to get into tight spots. That's going to really make your project look a lot more finished and a lot more polished. And now I am thickening up the lines on my tic-tac-toe game here. Yeah, I could have just done this afterwards and saved myself a little time, but you know, crafting is fun. It's not a race, and I just encourage you to take your time with it, especially if you're crafting with kids, and enjoy yourself. Now, to make the little game pieces for my tic-tac-toe game, I'm using some colored marbles that I bought at the dollar store, and I'm just dotting 6 little dots evenly around, and then with the thick end of my white marker, and then I'm taking the thin end of my white marker and connecting the dots. And you can see how well these opaque acrylic markers stick to shiny surfaces like glass. It's really wonderful. Now, you may want to give this a coat of clear spray paint just to make them a little more durable where they are a toy, basically. Obviously not for really little kids because they could be a swallowing hazard. But look at that. It's a fun little tic-tac-toe game that you can leave out on your coffee table all Christmas time, and people can play little games. And I just love stuff like that. That's both fun and functional and also fun to make. For this next project, we are going to work on paper, and I have die cut a little gingerbread house out of craft cardstock, but you can apply this technique to any sort of works on paper that you might want to do with your acrylic paint pens. Another good idea, if you don't have a little die cut box like this, would be to get paper mache boxes from the craft store, or to start saving boxes that things come packaged in, like boxes that tea come in. Anything that comes in a little small craft package would be great to save. You can oftentimes just take the box apart and then put it back together inside out, and then you'll have a blank surface that you can work on. And these boxes are wonderful for the acrylic markers. They have a bit of a durability to them. A lot of times they're coated and they really handle the ink well. Now, say you want to use maybe some cardstock or some watercolor paper, Bristol board, some heavyweight art paper to do some gift tags or something. That is a wonderful project to use these markers for. Now, if you find that when you are decorating that the paper starts to feel a little gritty, like maybe it feels like the paper wants to pill, what you want to do is get a layer of your acrylic ink down, let it dry, and then go back in, because that's going to seal the paper down and you'll be able to layer up without any risk of pilling the paper. So there's just a little tip there if you like to use your markers on paper or cardboard products. I would start keeping your eyes open now that it's summertime. Just kind of keep your eyes open for boxes that you can repurpose come the holidays, because it's so fun to be able to get a bunch of these little boxes, give your kids, grandkids, family, friends a set of these markers, and just let them decorate. And then when it comes time to wrap presents, you're all set because you have so many options from all the different things you've collected. This is really fun. This die cut that I used was from a company called Doris, but I know Tim Holtz also makes some tiny gingerbread house dies, and sometimes you can actually just find these already made out of paper mache at dollar stores or craft stores like Michael's. They have boxes too, which I think the paper mache boxes are so nice to use these markers on. What you might even want to do is, like what I mentioned with the wood slices, is do a coat of paint in the color you want. If you have to get a lot of color down there, paint it like for a primer almost, and then go over and do all your details with the markers. And that's how I tend to use these, more than just covering a whole surface with the markers. I use them more as accents. And I even use them in my painting practice. I'll use them for final details, so I don't have to get out a little brush or anything like that. It's so convenient, especially when you have so many colors. Now, if you don't need 90 colors, they do come in boxes of 60 markers and 30 markers. So maybe you just want metallics. You can just get a 30 set of metallics from Ohuhu. It's very customizable to whatever your needs are. And I think this little ornament is so cute. This would be great tied to a gift as a gift tag that can be then hung on the Christmas tree. I like to do stuff like that when I'm gift wrapping, make a little extra thing, turn the gift tag into an ornament, because I think it just shows that you care. And then your hard work is not wasted. Your crafting time gets to live on in somebody's holiday decorations. And you can spend as much or as little time as you want on these projects. I love this next project because it's so versatile. You can either make it like a Christmas tree ornament, or you can make a freestanding decoration for any time of year. You can find these little mini canvases with easels at any Dollar Tree or any craft store or Amazon, wherever you like to shop. So they're very accessible and they're very affordable. In fact, I even saw them at Five Below in a pack of 10. So it's something you could definitely get for party favors or anytime you want to do a fun project and you don't want to spend a lot of money or maybe a lot of time, because it's small and smaller artworks go quicker. I'm simply using my markers to sketch a snowman onto this little easel. How easy is that? And, dab the black marker for the little coal for the mouth and eyes. Fill in the background with the blunt end of the light blue marker and use the fine tips if you need to get into any details. It's very easy. In fact, if you're not feeling comfortable about drawing, this is just circles and triangles, really. But if you don't feel comfortable, you can always find coloring pages to transfer on, or have somebody else sketch it out for you if that makes you feel a little bit better. Now, one thing I will recommend is that you let these layers dry before trying to add more. So if I want to go put a highlight on the nose, or I want to put stripes on the scarf, anything like that, I want to let that dry first, because otherwise the second marker you use is going to pick up the first marker color. But I did let this dry, and now I can put little snowflakes or stars in the background and add a little fancy pattern to this otherwise very plain little canvas. So the thing that's really fun about this is that you can take it as far as you want. You can add a lot of detail if you feel comfortable doing that, or you can keep it really simple and just do some basic patterns and some basic drawings. I'm using hot glue to add a strip of ribbon onto the easel to make it into an ornament, and I'm gluing the canvas in place, but you can also just set it on a mantle as is and it would look great. Now we're going to work on a little metal tin that I've had in my stash forever. Now when you're going to work on a shiny surface, I recommend you take a little rubbing alcohol and you wipe down the surface. So if you're going to work on glass or ceramic or plastic or metal, just wiping it with alcohol takes any grease or fingerprints or anything off of the surface, so your paint's going to stick better. Another thing I'm going to recommend, and I mentioned it before, but it bears repeating, anytime you're working on something that's going to be handled a lot, especially if it's on a glossy surface like metal or glass or ceramic, it's a good idea to spray it with some clear spray paint. Now, obviously, this is not food safe. If it's food safe, you'd want to use a food safe sealer, but for something like this, just a coat of clear spray paint when it's completely dry is going to add so much durability to the piece. And I decided just to sketch a little Santa face and make a little gift tin. And this would be really nice for, like, if you wanted to give a gift card to somebody, or maybe some cash or some candy, some individually wrapped candies or something. And I just messed around with that. I didn't have a pattern. I didn't have anything I was looking at. I was just kind of thinking about it and going by my imagination. Oh, something else I want to give you as a tip is if you get a smudge of paint where you don't want it, like I did on the lid there, all you got to do is take a little rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip or paper towel and you can wipe it right off. So if you're maybe painting a coaster or a tin or something like that and you make a mistake, alcohol to the rescue. Spray it with rubbing alcohol just from your bathroom and wipe it off with a paper towel and it's good to go. And if you make a teeny tiny little mistake, just use a Q-tip with some rubbing alcohol and that will take your mistake away really easy. And I think this is absolutely adorable. It's quick, it's easy, and it's fun, and it's definitely something your whole family can do together. I have one final idea for you, and it's because I found this cute little storage container in my stash. I think they sell them 10 for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, and they're just a white lid plastic container, very affordable. And I thought, you know what? These markers would be so good for doing mandalas. And I know some people like to do that on rocks, but I love to leave rocks just as rocks because I'm kind of I don't know, a rock hound, I guess, and I don't like to paint on rocks. I like the way they look naturally. But I thought if you take something like this, you can make a little pattern in a circle, do a mandala, do a snowflake, do anything like that, and make a little gift box. You could do it on a larger Tupperware and decorate a container to put cookies in, because you're painting on the outside of the container, so it's still going to be food safe on the inside. Stuff like this is such a fun way to express your creativity and have a nice craft to do around the holidays. And even, like I've mentioned many times before, get the kids or grandkids involved. They can decorate the container if you're doing the baking. You know, there's so many ways to get our personalities into our projects. And that's all I have for you today. Be sure to check the video description for a money-saving coupon code for these products over at ohuhu.com. And I want to thank you so much for watching. And as always, till next time, happy crafting.